Football! Woo! Football!
That sounds kind of nice, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Sport
You can read.
where you have a ball and you throw it, and then somebody catches it and scores a touchdown. Yeah. Am I right? Am I right, boys? Yeah, let's fucking... I made part 1, girlsplaining football. This is part 2, if you can read. I was gonna do another part of this anyway because I have so much that I didn't explain, and even after this video I will still have more shit that I haven't explained yet. But somebody specifically requested that I make this video. That person said that I literally got them into football, like the sport of football. It's not just like, oh, like you got me into like listening to like an artist or I don't know, painting. I got you into a sport. That's pretty fucking crazy. NFL, you're fucking welcome. Run me my motherfucking check. I did a debriefing with my father yesterday to make sure I was clear on some stuff before I went out here and spread misinformation. This is not Facebook. We are going to start off with this beautiful picture right here. I don't know where I'm gonna edit myself. This is football. Something that I didn't talk about in the last video were the times and lines and stuff. I didn't really explain that, so we're gonna explain that now. We're gonna start off with quarters. A football game has 4 quarters, and each quarter is 15 minutes. And if you do the math, 15, 30, 45, 60. Wow, football games are an hour, but they're never an hour because there's also commercials. There's also timeouts, which, by the way, every team has 3 timeouts per
half.
If both teams after the last quarter end in a tie, you go into overtime, and whoever scores a touchdown first or a field goal first wins. And I definitely talked about this in the last video in terms of offensive team and defensive team. I don't know if I mentioned special teams. For special teams, the only person you need to know, because once again, this is girlsplaining football, you just need to know the kicker. The kicker is the guy that comes out, he kicks the ball into that yellow thing. We went over this before. But we're gonna talk about what the fuck is this little bitch ass blue line? What is that? First of all, the blue line, if you go to a football game, that blue line is not actually there. That blue line is for us, the viewers at home watching. The blue line and the yellow line. The yellow line, if you see up wherever I am, there are 2 little orange things so the team can see where that shit is. Somebody did not accidentally draw on it because they got bored. These lines actually mean something. The blue line is the line of scrimmage. That is where the ball is hiked from. Here's the thing about the blue line. If there was no blue line, right? If there was no line of scrimmage, the quarterback could just run as far as he possibly can without being tackled and then throw the ball from wherever. That's not really fucking fair, especially if you're going up against Mahomes. The blue line, not only where the ball gets hiked from, but for the quarterback. The quarterback can go as far back away from that line as possible. Obviously not ideal because end zone is over there and you want to do a little dance. I just want The quarterback cannot pass that line and throw the ball. If nobody is open, if the quarterback does not see anyone to throw the ball to, the quarterback, since he doesn't want to stay at the same place, we'll talk about why in a second, he wants to get to the end zone. Once he passes that line, he can't throw the ball. He has to run the ball. That is what the line is there for. The quarterback can throw behind that. Once the quarterback crosses the line, he cannot throw the ball. He has to continue to hold it and run with it. The yellow line. The yellow line is the goal. If you look at the little box where it has the teams, the scores, the amount of timeouts that they have, if they've used any, and then you have like 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 9. What the fuck are those numbers, right? The first number, the first, the second, third, and fourth are the downs. You have 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, and 4th down. And the second number after it is the amount of yards they need. Okay. The amount of yards in between the blue line and the yellow line is the number that will be shown after the and symbol. They need 10 yards to get to that yellow line. And every single time they get to that line, the down restarts. I was trying to think of something that I can compare this to, and I cannot think of anything. Started at the line of scrimmage, quarterback throws it, person catches it, get past the yellow line, whether they're at 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, or 4th down, it will reset. Now, let's say some shit happens. Let's say the quarterback does not find anyone to throw it to and gets sacked. So that was the first down. They did not get the yardage they needed. They did not get the 10 yards. So guess what? We're still in the same place. Now it's the second down. They have 2 more downs to try this shit. Second down. Oh my God. Bro gets sacked again. What the now? We still need that fucking 10 yards. Oh my God. We're at third down. This time, bro backs up and gets sacked. So they have to move back. So the line of scrimmage moves back even more because the quarterback, Burrow, got tackled with the ball. So now instead of 3rd and 10, they have 3rd and 20. So they have to get 20 yards to the yellow line, the goal line, right? Fourth down comes, they don't make it. If you use all 4 downs and you're not able to complete a touchdown, I'm going to give a visual example here. So this was the 3rd down, and every down up to this down, Mahomes kept throwing it and he could not find anyone to catch it. So now we're at the 4th down and it says 4th and 3. So they only need 3 yards. They can either try and get the 3 yards, but they went to kick it instead because they've been trying for the yards and didn't get it. Now they're kicking the ball away for the other team to receive it because let's say they tried and failed. Wherever the ball is, the opposing team gets it from there, and they'd much rather have it where when they kick the ball to the opposing team, wherever they tackle the opposing team is where the opposing team has to start to get a touchdown, and they'd obviously much rather be way further back like they are here versus starting where they failed at the 4th down. Next, we're going to talk about something else that I learned about when I started watching football last year. Regular season and the playoffs. The regular season is from September to December. January is playoff. You want to get to the Super Bowl. That's when you start playing against teams, and if you lose, you're done. Next, we have Blitz. I kind of talked about this, but I want to clarify because I don't really think I explained it that well. I thought a blitz was when a specific player rushes to tackle the quarterback. It's not a specific player. A blitz is when an extra player, it could be 2 players, it could be, God forbid, 3 players rush the quarterback. So however many people regularly try and get to the quarterback, if it's 4 people that regularly try to get to the quarterback and there's an extra man coming in, that's a blitz. I want to talk about challenges also. Let's say someone does some shit and the coach is like, I didn't like that because what they did cost me my team, affects me in some type of way. Now what I'm going to do is challenge, and if they're wrong, they get a penalty. They lose a timeout. It's like Uno Online. I don't know if any of you guys know who Detry is. If you don't, what a weird sentence I just said. Uno Online, where you can challenge someone, and if you challenge someone and their cards flip over and they weren't lying or they weren't bluffing, you have to pick up more cards. Fast, just something I noticed. Fast is not enough in football. It's about control, because I have seen so many times where people are running to get the player, and not everyone is Tyreek Hill. Not everyone can outrun a fucking Jaguar or whatever. It's not about being fast. That obviously helps, but it's about being controlled. Because you can be so fucking fast, but at a certain point, if somebody tackles you or trips you up or catches your leg, you're fucking done. It doesn't matter how fast you are. However, but basically somebody tried to tackle him, and instead of fucking running and blah, 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 he just stood there, made sure he had a good base, and that person literally just zoomed right past him and fell, and he was able to walk into the end zone so many times. I think that obviously separates good players from great players. Control. Those are the times where I'm like, wow. That reminds me, because I also watch basketball too, and like watching highlights, and you see people doing crazy shit. What's impressive to me is when like they are one-on-one with somebody and they have the ball, and what happens when you can't fucking charge at a guy because he's right there. You can't charge this way because he's right there. When they do that shit where they have the ball and they go like this and they go like this and they go like that, and the person's like this, and you're like, you break somebody's ankles. Not literally. That is control. And control is very fucking important. So being able to stop yourself when you have 200-pound men throwing themselves at you. Jealous. That's it for football. I'm gonna go. Let's play some